I aged a few years in that game. I am really proud of the confidence and the grit and the toughness that we earned. And we've been talking a lot about not relying on your talent or making it look pretty, but doing whatever it takes to find a way to win. And it's been a big commitment of ours to really learn to conquer in-game situations, and especially with what we watched at the in-game of USC, just really proud of their response. For these two women to my left, Kiki's composure, hitting free throws down the stretch, doing a great job getting our team tighter to our huddles, her composure, the steal at the end. I just thought she was the difference in how she really controlled the last few minutes of the game. And Tamia Gardner, key rebounds, very critical rebounds, 4 for 7 from the three-point line, 18 points. Without a doubt, her best, obviously, scoring game in a Bruin uniform, but more important to me was it was her best leadership game in a Bruin, and I just think we were different because of her composure and the way she led and talked.
Thank you, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Tamia, I feel like we've seen you practice your three-point shot like thousands of times in the last couple of weeks after practice. So with that final shot, what did you have to do to prepare for that moment, and how did it feel to see it go in?
It felt really good to see it go in. I've struggled recently from the three-point line, but, I mean, kudos to my teammates for finding me in that situation, and London making the extra pass. She could have shot it, but she made the extra pass, and we got a really good shot off of it. And all I had to do was just knock it down. And my teammates' belief in me is tremendous, and so that was seen tonight, and I just really kudos to them.
Coach, you talked about the turnovers, how Michigan State's like to do force those. What was your game plan, or with you run the point most of the time?
Yeah, the hard part about the way that Michigan State plays, and first of all, I said this on TV, but Robin is a heck of a coach. And not only do I respect her as an X's and O's person, but as a leader. Just even yesterday I was having a conversation with her, and she said something that made me think all night. And so I just didn't want to leave without giving her credit where credit is due. But in terms of, ask your question again, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to know, what was your game plan?
Oh, the press. And it's very difficult. This is not a coach's game. And I lost a lot of sleep over that, because they're going to trap, and it's going to look different every single time they came down. And we just said, look, we need to have better spacing. We need to get better action in the middle of the floor. And we need to have action away from Kiki. We didn't want her to have to bring it up every time, but it's really different than USC, who pressured player to player the entire time. This is a zone trap, rotate. It was sort of high risk, high reward, so it's harder to control as a coach. But we just said, literally, ball fakes, come to every pass, make them foul you, and we'll get to the free throw line instead of turning it over. But the reality is that starts with our inbounders. I know that's really seems like a very basic thing, but when we did it well, our inbounders made great decisions, and then it was great decisions by our point guards.
Thank you. For anyone who wants to answer, I mean, obviously Lauren being out wasn't maybe something you had planned. How did that affect the game plan, if at all?
Well, it is really hard, a game plan for a center, but obviously in the second half we really wanted to get paint touches, and so we needed to respond in some different ways, but I still thought we had mismatches in the post, and at first we were being really effective with that. We weren't as efficient in the second half, but I actually, obviously she's an incredible player, and so I think one of the biggest thing that hurt us not having Lauren tonight was how we would play defensively, and it took us a long time to figure out how we could adjust with her not being there as a rim protector. So that's the challenge in that, but I really had confidence in our team, and I think we really drew on, and I didn't talk about it much, but I started thinking back to Creighton this afternoon when I got the text that Lauren wasn't going to be able to go. I started thinking about they had already earned this. They beat a top 25 team in Creighton, and they did it without Lauren. They know how to do this. We got plenty to do it, and it's time for next woman up.
And then for Kiki and Tamia, what were they doing to get back in the game and to make it difficult for you guys at the end?
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State's a really good team with a lot of great players. We were talking about in the locker room, like they made a lot of tough shots. And some of those we had to be better defensively, but they also, good players make good shots, and they did that tonight. And the other thing I think we kind of were focused on and recognized that when we turned the ball over, didn't get good shots, they went out. And they scored in transition, they got good looks and stuff, so I think we're just continuing to take care of the ball and take good, predictable shots, which allows us to rebound and get in good rebounding positions, will continue to help us with that, but they have a lot of great players and played well.
And then to me, obviously, this is a relief for the win for you guys. What are you guys taking from this? What did you learn from this survival game?
Yeah, I think that when we play together, we are a really tough team to beat. When we're all on the same page, communicating fully, and understanding what we need to do as a game plan, I think that we're a really, really tough team to beat. And when we deviate from that, that's when, they can get back into the game. And we're a super deep team as well. And so I think we did a phenomenal job. I mean, Janiyah Barker stepped up today with, she played 31 minutes and got a double-double, and she played phenomenal. And so obviously we're missing a huge piece with Lauren out, but everyone stepped up in their own way. And I think that makes a really great team.
And I just want to shout out Kendall Dudley. Kendall Dudley came in some really pressurized situations, and I thought her length and defensive commitment was a really big turning point for us in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, Robin thought so too. Corey, I know we still got a month to go here, but the selection committee today did reveal, teams that are in line for this top 16 seeds, and you guys, of course, would be a number 1 seed if the tournament started today and you'd be assigned to the Spokane Regional. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that at this point.
Yeah, and obviously that's always where you want to be when you have a team like this, is try to earn a number 1 seed, and to be the overall number 1 seed would be great, but that's a ways away. And I was fiery with our team today, and just in the fact of I think we can play grittier, and I'm proud of how we did it, but I even think there's more in us. I think there's more, we still let the game happen to us, too many possessions, and I just started to think about how good we are now. But if we could every practice fight for a few more inches, if we could fight for more consistent rebounding, if we could fight for more talk out there and more connectivity, who knows? But my challenge to them is, how many possessions are you willing to earn? And if you're willing to earn those possessions and earn the days, the number 1 seeds will take care of itself. And that's really what I'm going to challenge them with and I do think there's more in us. I don't think we're rebounding to the potential that we have. I think we can execute at a higher rate, and I think we can make more plays on the defensive end. And so, I am thrilled to have a team that can put themselves in that position, and I hope they earn it the rest of the way.
Yeah, Kiki, since you came to Westwood, UCLA, you've had all this, everybody expects you to be great every game. How much pressure do you put on yourself today was a very good example, but how much pressure do you put on yourself to lead this team?
Yeah, I think I recognize and enjoy that pressure because, I'm here to help, make this team and make this program the best it can be, and help lead my teammates. And I try not to focus too much on everything that's said externally, more so just, keep it in the circle, keep it within this team, and we're focused on winning. And so whatever I can do to help us get there is my priority. But yeah, I'm really just focused on helping our team win, so it's not too much outside pressure.
Hi, Coach. Long time no see.
Hello there.
You guys have been one of the deepest teams in the country all season. How did that manifest itself tonight?
I think it was a difference maker, right? I think there were certain really important things. I thought Elena had crucial buckets when she was in. I think that every player stepped up in different moments. And if we didn't have that depth, I was thinking about, I really admire, I happened to be watching the Illinois-Nebraska game. It was on before ours while I was getting ready to have this. And Illinois is doing it with 6 players. 6 players they had available, and I thought to myself, I've been in their shoes, and credit to them for how well they're playing and doing such an excellent job, but I'm just thought, I'm so lucky, and I think we have a higher margin for error. So not everyone played their best game tonight, and that's okay, but that's what it means to be a team. Well, all that matters in the end is that different people stepped up to find a way for the 4 letters across our chest to come out with the dub, and that's it. And I think that's really what it comes down to, but I don't think without our depth tonight, I'm not sure we would have come out with that W.
Just one more question, just for all 3 of you guys. Just what did it mean to get back in the win column tonight, especially the way it happened?
Yeah, I think it meant a lot to us. I mean, we know and believe that we're a great team, and we recognize that, look, we were the last undefeated team, so, obviously we wanted to beat SC, and, that's what we set out to do, but we didn't want to, let one loss derail our season, because we know the kind of team we are. But it was really great to just have so many different people step up tonight. I think it brings everyone confidence, and it really just puts us in a good mindset going into the next few games, which will be tough.
And I think, too, playing back in Poly is also amazing. I mean, we had a huge crowd tonight, and shout out everybody that came and, really gave us the energy that we needed and picked us up in times where we needed that energy. And, it's really fun to play in front of so many people and really just putting on a show. And it was really, really great tonight.
And it means a lot to us. It was National Girls and Women's in Sports Day for us. We had little kids shadowing announcers and shadowing our video people. And, and I think that that's one of the incredible joys about being involved in women's basketball right now. We're going to new heights in exposure, attendance, corporate sponsorship, all the rest. And we have a chance to make a real difference. And I think about all the little kids where you watch them look up to them and the time they spend with them. Yesterday, we did a clinic for 55 and older women who still love to play basketball. And I just think it's one thing to be able to be really committed to mastering your craft, and that's always going to be our priority right now. But what a joy to also be an inspiration to little kids. And these women just kept telling them how much their performance blows wind into their sails. How cool is that? So I want to just say that when people, when women get to play sports, you raise leaders, you raise culture changers, you raise people that are in C-suite positions, and the statistics don't lie. And so the more that we can show little girls and little boys what is possible and what really hard work and teamwork can do, I think we're making a difference in our society at the same time.
Corey, at the beginning of the season, you said that JB was going to be like an X factor for you guys. So how did you see that prediction kind of come to fruition tonight, and what more does she have to give?
Well, I think that, it was interesting. We have a tradition about this time of year, I think I've shared with you guys about that we put someone every game day on the hot seat. And the hot seat is where we tell them how much they mean to the team and what they're bringing and what we admire about them and why they're so important. And today was Jania's day. And, and the word that just kept coming is growth, staying in the fight, facing the hard. And I just respect that. That's hard for me as a 53-year-old adult, let alone a kid joining a really, talented team where she has been the one for her whole entire career. And she has chosen intentionally to become one of a group that's going to help her be the best version of herself, both individually but also collectively. And I thought you saw the fruit of that labor out there tonight. She was undoubtedly an X factor tonight, but for me, watching her, it's watching her fight through the hard. And when it was tempting to just say, forget it, this is too hard, and she didn't. She showed up the next day and the next. And it's really great. It's a really cool, teachable moment to see it pay off in the way it did tonight.
Anything else?
As usual, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate that, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Bruins.